I had actually been really interested in the philosophy of liberty, especially on the economic side of things. I really liked free markets and just the importance of people being able to make their own decisions and have control over their lives and their destiny and not be oppressed by the government in those things. So I learned a lot about that in school and high school and really got excited about it and was really interested in that, but never really felt like there was anything that I could really do to change the things that were. So I enjoyed reading about the philosophy of liberty, but I felt like there wasn't much that could really be done to change Washington. And then when I heard about Convention of States, it really just resonated with me as a real potential solution that could actually make a difference. Something that something that we could pursue that would be able to make an impact, that would be able to change things and really bring about a greater freedom, greater freedom for Americans' lives. Greater control and oversight for the government and just accountability there so that we can actually have more say and that the politicians would listen to us, kind of a way to get a stronger voice towards the government. So that was really what got me excited about the movement and Convention of States and Article 5. That's a great question. I think Convention of States is the answer for young people because it is a legal and effective way of restraining the government, and it's a rallying point for a grassroots army. So the founders knew that this was going to happen, that the federal government would get too big, it would get out of hand, and they put a solution in the Constitution. That's Article 5. And the states and our state legislators have the responsibility to restrain the federal government and to, in a sense, take up their authority, their responsibility to the people in their state and stand up against the federal government when it overreaches its bounds. And a lot of state legislators, I think, have lost that responsibility. They don't feel the weight of that. And they've kind of felt like they're in the minor leagues and then, the major leagues is the federal and they kind of are under them and submissive to them. But as we're rallying around Convention of States, the grassroots army is growing. We're empowering our state legislators with the backing of the people to realize that, wow, you know what, we can stand up against the federal government. The founders gave us this legal means of accomplishing this. And so that's why I see it as an effective and a realistic way to restrain the federal government. What Convention of States is about decentralization. And so whenever I talk to people, I say, look, it doesn't matter what you want the government to do. You might be someone who's, on, more of the left side, and you say, I want the government to do Social Security and medical and all of these different things. I want the government to do this list of things. Or you might be someone who has a much smaller list. You say, well, I want the government to do just a small list of things. Wherever you are, the question is this: is it better that list be done by people who are close by, local, that you can hold accountable, or by people thousands of miles away, 20 bureaucrats deep that have no care whatsoever about you, and you have no hope of ever holding accountable? And so that's the question, and that's the question that Convention of States answers, and it answers and says, whatever you want the government to do, you want it to be done locally, and you want it decentralized, not centralized. And so it's very anti-establishment, but it's also, again, it's illegal. It's a tried and true way in the sense that this is what the founders saw was going to happen, and they gave us a means of fixing the problem. And that's, again, moving back, giving power to the states, giving power to local government and the people instead of letting it centralize and go to, just monopolize into a federal government that doesn't care about you, doesn't know about you, that has no understanding of your community and your people. So, yeah.
Go to conventionofstates.com, press the button, sign the petition. More importantly, get 10 of your friends to do the same. When you sign the petition, then that sends a letter to your state legislator. You go on the list in their district as a supporter. We deliver those lists to the state legislators. It means something to them.